So day number 2 on floor prep, and I'll tell you why it's day number 2. Last night I did all the scrubbing and the cleaning the cracks and the crevices, going over it with simple green to degrease it and get topical dirt off. And then I started the process called etching. What comes in the Rust-Oleum kit, as you see, concentrated cleaner. His instructions: you put this full bag, and this is half of a bag, but you put this full bag inside of this spray container with 2 gallons of water, and it's supposed to etch the floor. That didn't work out so well. This morning I came in and took a look at it, and I'll show you an example in a second. Ultimately, my resolution was to get the real deal Holyfield stuff. And what happened was, if you can see the difference in the floor, last night I had a little bit of the acid left over from another project, so I decided to spray it. When you spray that acid, the floor gets this coloration to it. Here, the lighter gray is much more smoother. It's a part of the finishing process that my cement guy did. He did a great job. And when he did it, I didn't know what I was going to do with the floor. So obviously I couldn't tell him, hey, leave it as rough as possible. So he did an excellent job. I'm just trying to get it back rough for the process of putting down the rock solid epoxy. So again, this morning I came in, the floor was dry, and I could see that the vast majority of it was still the light gray. And I said, uh-oh, I'm worried. Last thing you want to do is put down, I bought 2 kits, 2.5 car garage plus 1.5 garage. So last thing you want to do is put down $400 worth of material and it doesn't stick because it's something so simple as prepping the floor. So I went and got 2 gallons of the acid and have just been undiluted, applying it to the floor. If you look over here, you still see light gray with some of the patches where I was able to spray some of that leftover acid from last night. But if you look over here, it's much darker, which means the etching process is actually taking place. What I notice is over here, hooked up my blower, and this is a dry piece. The videos I watched said that this should feel as rough as sandpaper, which it does in this dry state. So the etching process is taking place because of the acid, not the whatever it called. I told my wife it was like Epsom salt. But that little mix that they gave, it didn't do the best. So I just got one more section, 1, 2, 3, 4 squares to do with the acid. And then I'll blow it out with the leaf blower, see how dry I can get it. But the odds are I'll probably have to wait another day before I actually start laying epoxy. And again, day behind because that stuff they put in the kit wasn't working.